Hi, Dave. Welcome. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining. Glad you're here. Hope everything's been going okay with you. Things have been going okay. It's busy at work, but yeah, been good here. Been enjoying the games that I'm playing here, and also looking forward to getting to the end of my first honor mode run in Baldur's Gate 3. And I've been enjoying the preparation work that I'm doing, getting ready for the next live stream for when the Baldur's Gate 3 live stream ends. So yeah, it's been good. What did I think of Dragon Age Veilguard? I really enjoyed it. I've liked that series from the get-go, ever since the first Dragon Age game, and then Dragon Age Origins, Inquisition, and now Veilguard. I've really enjoyed them. Um, like I've said before, I very rarely, if ever, pay attention to reviews and press and that sort of stuff about it. I read it all. I'm aware of it all. It helps me stay better informed as part of, being a content creator, but I very rarely pay attention to it. So whatever I want to play, whatever I enjoy, that's what I'm going to play, and I really enjoyed it. I like that type of, I mean, I'm not the greatest at it, um, but I like um, that type of combat style, that interface, and that sort of stuff. Um, I really enjoy it. Like I say, I'm getting older, so I'm not all the greatest at that type of stuff, and that's why I'm not going to play something like a Souls game or something. I've said I'm never going to play a Souls game on stream. I'm never going to play one, period. Just because that type of reflex, trigger response, and that sort of stuff, while being able to be one shot and having to start everything over, would just frustrate the crap out of me. This one, at least with Veilguard, there's some leeway in there, and I'm able to stay alive for the most part, and only have a couple of deaths here and there that doesn't frustrate me. But yeah, really enjoyed it. And I'm really enjoying Avowed as well. This is very much like Skyrim to me, in the play style and the mechanics and things like that. So I'm really enjoying it. And the preparation for the next live stream, I'm enjoying it as well. It's a little more stressful because it's my first time playing anything like it, and there are some new mechanics to learn and some frustrations, but I'm enjoying the gameplay itself. Dave, are you playing any games yourself right now? I'm always curious what my viewers are playing on their own. Anybody else who's here as well in the chat, if you're playing a game in particular, I'd love to know what you're playing. Ah, so you're playing Avowed as well. Nice. How far are you through it? Oh yeah, good old Division 2. Played the Division and the Division 2 forever. Ah, so you're at the entrance to the city. You got shot by the arrow. That was a great twist. I loved experiencing that. Welcome everyone to today's live stream, episode number 8 of our Avowed Ranger gameplay series. I'm Commander Jarval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, nothing new on admin notes for the game. If you are here in person, then you know. If you're watching this, then I've announced this previously, that this live stream has now moved to Sunday afternoons here in the United States from 2 to 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time, which right now is GMT -5. And this is where it's going to sit for the foreseeable future as we continue to work our way through this. The Baldur's Gate 3 stream is going to be coming to a conclusion next week, and we will have a new stream to replace it in that Saturday time slot. So if you've seen my social media or you've looked at the community tab or the posts tab on the channel, you'll see that there's a poll up where you can vote for a particular set of games that you'd like to see me play. And there's also an option down there for you to click other and to make a comment and to drop a particular game that's not on that list down at the bottom. And I can see how many votes we get for each one. I'll take a look at that particular game, see how well it is suited to both my playstyle as well as to a live stream, and we'll see what we can do. So I'm really looking forward to it. Gotten a lot of feedback so far, and I'm going to thank everybody who's put their comment in there. But if you would like to do that, please let me know. So I do, at the beginning of all of my videos, also want to put out a special thanks to our channel members. We have Rudi Mölling and Sharon Bamber, and thank you very much for that. I do very much appreciate it. So I think that's it on the admin note. So on our recap, last week we really started off the exploration in the Emerald Stair, and we started the Steel Resolve quest. Now this is a quest that we wanted to fast track, so we've kind of put everything else on the back burner to make our way through it, with one exception, and that was that we did collect enough crafting materials to be able to upgrade both our main pistol, Karak's Pride, and our armor up to the next quality tier. And we're going to jump back in here. And we're going to continue on with the quest. And we upgraded those because that means that when we get to the end of the Steel Resolve quest, we're guaranteed to get the exceptional quality tier of the arquebus that we're looking for. And that's the reason that we do it, is to make sure that we're going to get that exceptional tier of weapon. Okay, so we have an exceptional arquebus that's on us right now, which is the same quality tier of what we're going to get at the end of this. This is just kind of holding us over until we get to that point. There is one thing that we definitely want to do while we're making our way up to the Ogre Cave up here, and that's to stop at the Shrine to Skaen. Now, we've picked up one of the totem pieces, and we want to be able to place that and check out what the skill boosts are all about. We just can't do that until we find the totem base, and the totem base is up here. You can see it now on our mini-map. And here it is.
Looks like this thing's missing a few pieces. You people probably want to take it back to camp and study it, yeah?
We will end up doing that. We're just not going to do it yet. We'll make our way back down here and continue on up towards the north. Okay, and for that we're going to do a little bit of exploration and get into a little bit of a fight here and there as we make our way around the edge of the cliffs here. Now there's a whole big, large area down below us here that we're kind of skipping for now. Down here in all of this, have no fear, we're going to be coming back to it. We're not missing a whole lot for now, but it is a pretty major area to explore, and we'll be spending quite a bit of time down there here in a little bit. But for now, like I say, we're just going to fast track our way up north, and we're going to stay close to the cliffs here just to open up the limits of the map here so that we know we can't go any further farther this way. You can see we've got some enemies on our map over here to the right. We're going to skip all of this, and we're going to get down to the wetlands. Okay, now this is part of what I was talking about over there. You can see we've got some enemies here. We're going to be getting into the wetlands over here, and this is another large exploration area.
Quiet him, dude.
We can make our way past the sporelings there, and we're going to come back and deal with them once we've finished this up. So again, hugging close to the cliffs over here. You can see we're going to get some enemies that are going to pop up. that we're not going to be able to bypass. Okay, so Crystal Eater Spiderlings. We really want to look and see what else is up and around here. Yeah, because the Bruiser is who we want to focus our first shot on here.
Well done.
Oh, great. We got the hit reg bug again. Nice. Yep. This is great. This is outstanding.
That's it for me. Back on my feet.
I hate every second of this. Finally. So stupid.
That's one for us.
They worked on that supposedly in the 1.3 patch, I think. I still think it's pretty bad. It still happens quite often. And it's been talked about on the forums. They don't know what they can't isolate it to anything in particular, so they're still working on it. It's just a super annoying bug to get. It tends to happen more on the spiders than anything. So we tend to think it's some sort of hitbox problem or something. But it is what it is. So here we're heading through the infested camp to get over to the Ogre's cave. And you'll find out here that this is not the entrance. This is the exit. And we need to make our way around the side over here. And on the way, you can see that we're going to run into another piece of the totem that's down there. I'm going to jump over.
Oh, I thought Helia was all about art, birds, and pretty things.
And here's the next totem fragment.
Let's take these things back to camp. You can fiddle with them there.
Okay, now we've got a couple of skeleton chanters here.
Nice job.
Nice work.
Hey. Now we can head back around this side and pick up the crafting ingredient here. And this just allows... Ooh, almost missed it. Allows you to get up to the chest here. Need some lockpicks. Bunch of good stuff in there. I don't think there's anything up there. No. And she's not here yet. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what triggers her. Okay, sorry, I was looking for a vendor down there, but she's not there yet.
Coming in hot.
We're gonna make our way in toward the Ogre cave here. Sure, nothing else there. Okay, so here at the entrance, we have two runes up here. The first one is activated by that. And the second one, I can't remember. Ah, there it is right there. And I'll pick up some random weapons here. We're overloaded. This is why I was looking for the vendor. I prefer not to sell too many of these things, or break down too many of these things, because they're all too low a level to really do me a whole lot of good. And you can kind of see where we are here. There's the entrance. There's the sunken village. And over here we have the Valiant Dueling Ring. A 7% chance to avoid melee damage. It's not a big number when you're just looking at it. However, it seems to proc a lot. So it's a good defensive thing to have. Not something that I'm going to be focused on. But if you are in melee range a lot, then it can be quite useful. Okay, now we're into the cave proper, so we'll go into explorer mode here. We do have a journal entry. And let's put back on the Solonet. Because that gold scaling gets us a lot of copper when it translates. Okay, a fine sword and we're overloaded again. Guess I can get rid of that, get some breathing room. Okay, and you learn from these that there's been some experimenting happening in here. And now you can see Ulrask. And Ulrask is the ogre that we need to deal with. Now, he is not on his own, so don't make that mistake. He's not by himself. As soon as this triggers, you will see that. So I'm going to take a basted beast. I'm going to take a black broth, and I'm also going to take a grog here. And an ivory spinner and spoiling fire pot. Now you can see the other things that are spawning. That should end it. There's the bug again. Jeez, thank you for that. For the hit reg bug not killing him. Yep. Love it. Come on, get the collat. Oh, great. It eliminates collaterals when you hit him too because the hits just don't register. Yep, doesn't work. God, this is really upsetting. Especially in a fight this intense that I just can't kill him. Can't hit anybody. Nope. Okay, now it's reset. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Let's see what you got.
This is so absolutely horrible. Okay, I need to get my companions back here, and hopefully my weapons will hit now. Okay. Still not hitting him. Okay. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. That fight should not have taken that long. Both my companions went down, so I had to use my godlike power to bring them back up. Ugh, annoying. So, Ulrask here has awakened Adra on him, which we're going to need to upgrade the Disappointer.
Quick advice, try not to breathe in here.
Okay, so we'll search the bodies. And here's the Journal of Ranger Monado, who we were sent to find. Okay. And you find out that he's looking for a root-strangled tree. And that's going to be the next thing on our list. Hey, there's a unique chest in there. And there. Is the way to open it. If you haven't figured out to find those, you follow the cords. And it will lead you to whichever one it is. And we're going to get the Athasian breastplate. And this is actually a really good medium armor. So it's got plus 3% damage reduction and an additional damage reduction with it. And it increases your health restoration from all sources by 20%. So this is your healing-based type of armor. Now it does, being medium armor and the black wing is light, this will take our stamina in essence away if we use it. So we're not going to. I'm actually going to stash that, and I'm going to stash the Brigandine as well. That's what was taking up my carry weight. And it pops up the note that says that unique weapons and armor can be broken down. And we're going to keep that in mind as we go. And I think that's it in here. So now, the quest is leading us back here to the northwest of Fior. Okay, we have the fast travel point unlocked back here. I guess while we're here, we can open this up. At the gate. We're not obviously going to be going through the gate
The
yet,
ranger
but
there was
we
killed
can...
by a knife in the back. Looks like there's more going on here than we thought.
This whole thing rubs me wrong. Captain Ossiarna ought to know.
But we can go open it up anyway, I guess. We're going to have a big encounter down here in the future, just not right now, not right this second. Okay, but this here is the gate to the next area. And you see that there are some rangers set up here.
Someone's got to contain. What business do you have in Shatterscarp?
This is the gate to Shatterscarp. Okay. Now, I'm going to lie here because I still need the achievement for lying.
No, I don't need any wares. Name's Martineo. Ranger Martineo. I'm the final word on who crosses this border from either direction. No one comes... Thank you. I'm well aware. As much as I've enjoyed this little chat, it's time for you to turn around and go back the way you came. You too. As you were.
Okay, and then over here we have the fast travel beacon that we wanted to unlock. Okay, that's going to allow us to get back here anytime we want. We probably won't end up taking this fast travel beacon for a bit. We'll probably approach from the Plateau Junction beacon, and there's a reason for that. So let's head back to the river fork, and we're going to start making our way northeast, cross the bridge, and get to the root strangle tree. Okay, and again, we're going to be coming back here. This is where we dealt with the Steel Garrote. We're going to be coming back and having an encounter there at the end of this quest. This is what took us around to the entrance to the Steel Garrote hideout. And we've already unlocked this one. Okay, we need to get up and to our left and head back northwest. Oh. I know what this is. Okay, so we'll keep working our way around. Be a chest over here. And there's the bridge that we want to get up to. Yeah, I'm not going to go exploring over there yet. Like I say, we're just fast-tracking this quest here. We will look at the dead body here. And we'll keep making our way over toward the quest marker. Okay, and we're going to get enemies showing up here on the map. And you can see we've got a Delemgan and a couple of bears. And I would like to be able to get into hiding up there in those and get my shot from there. I'm gonna wait for the bear to move. Okay. This encounter shouldn't be that bad. Where are you going?
Another glorious battle.
And here's the tree. And here's the note. Okay. So we need to find this camp at the mouth of the river southwest of Fior, and we'll discuss how you can further help me bring order to the valley. Okay, and this is the ranger that's been conspiring with the Steel Garrote here. And I need to pull up something real quick, because I'm pretty sure I know the resolution here, but I need to make sure. Okay. So I remember when I did this, it didn't work out the way the guide said it did. I'm not entirely sure that it ever does. So we're going to do this my own way. Hey, Em, welcome. Good to see you again. Thanks for being here. So we'll head back down here. Because what the guides will tell you is that there's a way to resolve this so that you pick the unpopular choice, basically, and it rewards you with a higher tier version of the weapon. I don't think that ever happens. I've played this out a couple of different times through different saves, and I don't think it happens. Besides, even if it did, and I miss out on it, the only difference here is one upgrade. And I'm willing to sacrifice that upgrade, I guess, to play this out the way that I think feels better. So we're going to drop a save here before we go in here, because there's the ranger that we want to meet. And it's Ranger Dorso, who we talked to previously.
Envoy? What are you... Huh. You're full of surprises. I was expecting someone else, but... I think this could work out better for both of us. You should have listened to Captain Massoni. Always trust your gut. Once you hear my side, Envoy, I think you'll agree I was only trying to help. That wasn't part of the plan.
Unbelievable.
Bandits were supposed to kill him, but... I guess they figured they could get more coin if they ransomed him back to us instead. Idiots. Right. I thought I was clever. Skimming a little extra pay from the coffers, surveying the city's weaknesses, laying caches for my friends. But it was like Monato had eyes in the back of his head. Nothing got by him. I tried to explain, but he couldn't understand. Wouldn't. He'd completely closed his ears to reason.
So you killed him for it?
Poor bastard was always too principled for his own good. Sounds horrible when you put it like that. But, yes, that's exactly it. Your people have already pacified Paradise. With contracts and clean water, with promises of safety. I want to be safe. I want all of us to finally be safe.
You've got a hazy picture at best, Dorso. The Envoy was still killed in the street, and Ludwine's idea of pacified is anything but.
And I know what empires do, Envoy. They expand. Your soldiers would have come here sooner or later. I'm helping us avoid resistance and bloodshed when they do. Fior is wasting away, Envoy. Animancy isn't helping us anymore, if it ever did. But no one in the city wants to admit it.
So you murder your own?
Our crops rot in the fields, bears turn to beasts and attack on sight. The very earth disintegrates beneath our feet. I think it's time we accept help from someone stronger, wealthier, better organized. From Adir. Then we can turn things around like Paradis has. Maybe then we can be safe. But Vidarro, Quilici, Captain Asierno, they're too proud. They won't do what must be done. So I'm doing it myself.
Okay, so this is kind of where you can start to choose how you want this to play out. There are a couple more things that we can ask her about. But this is siding with her. This is letting her leave, but you don't get any rewards for this. And this is taking her down as the traitor. So for this one here, supposedly, if you let her leave, what's going to happen is you will pin the murder on Casagrano, who we met earlier, and you're supposed to get a one last trick that's upgraded one upgrade tier. Now, I don't think it works that way in the situation that we're in. I think if you've gotten here and you have the fine tier of weapons, then maybe this will be the fine tier +1. But since we're already at exceptional tier, the exceptional version of this that we're going to get is the base level. I don't think it's going to give me exceptional tier +1. At least it didn't my personal playthrough. So that's really the only difference between these two, other than the fact that there's a massive role-playing story difference. I'm not going to spare her, but if you did, you get no rewards for this. You can lie to the rangers and tell her that that she's dead, but then they're going to ask where her body is, and you're not going to be able to give them an answer to that. This one finishes it out the way that it really should be, I guess, according to the game. That's the way we're going to go, but we're going to have a little... And this is supposed to get you the base level of the one last trick arquebus. So it would be +1 and the base tier, but I don't think either one of those matters since we're at exceptional quality already.
Fior simply cannot survive the way things are. Monato and Verano disagreed.
Then you disagree. You don't turn on your own.
Their voices had power in the Rangers. Too much power. And when they spoke, the others listened. Now they'll have to listen to me.
Okay, and here's where you choose.
I don't live in Adir. I don't want to. Emerald Stair is my home, and it's wasting away. I can only look after my people, get us what we need.
You've got a strange way of doing that.
Only Adir can help us now. Maybe that would be for the best. We've had decades to secure this valley. What do we have to show for it? Dead homesteads, dead farmers, dead fields. And a city full of animancers who don't give a single shit about us. It wasn't always like this. Then I guess I'm a fool. I don't want to live through this time if there's nothing better on the other side.
Okay, and here we are back to these options. So I'm going to talk to her about this.
You killed them all. But they were going to... So all of this was for nothing. I betrayed the Rangers. I killed my friends. For nothing? Gods curse you, Envoy.
And this leads you into the same place that you would have been
Try a better weapon.
with that previous comment about just attacking.
Who's ready for more?
Okay, so she's going to have an exceptional dagger on her, which is also nice if you want to break that down. And now we can return to Ranger Captain Asiano. And there's a fast travel point right there. One-on-one enemies are not really a problem for us. We can keep them locked in place indefinitely. And she doesn't spawn any help. So it's a pretty easy combat to work through.
I sincerely hope you have some good news for me.
Okay, now you can lie here. There's no real need for me to, and there's going to be plenty more opportunities for me to lie later. But if you did pin it on Casagrada, then this is the option you want to pick.
My gods, I can't believe this.
Ilia's wings uplift us.
She's been with the Rangers since she was a girl. She trained most of my men.
This is... Fotito. This is big, Asierno.
What happened to her? Where is she now? Without the trial? Good gods.
Frontier justice. That's what a traitor deserves.
Masoni, please. Where's her body now, Envoy?
Okay, and here's where you kind of have to lie if you're trying to pin it on somebody else.
I'll send a few of the senior rangers out to find her.
Thank you, Masso. What a nightmare. I don't know what I'm going to tell my men. A traitor in the Rangers. This situation beggars belief. Do you know why she did it?
Be serious, Envoy.
She was always talking about how we needed strength. Do you remember, Masso? More swords, more coin. And she complained that Animancy wouldn't fix our problems. But I didn't think she had so little faith in Fior.
No one took her seriously.
Evidently, she was quite serious about it. I didn't want to believe it could be her. Gods beyond, what a mess. Thank you, Envoy. Ranger Monato has been properly avenged, and now I have a lot of work to do to rebuild my squad. Here's your reward. It's the least we can do for your assistance. Thank you again. Step carefully out there. We are living through strange times.
I hope this at least
Okay, and that's going to complete the Steel Resolve quest. So it's also going to level us up to level 11. So let's take a look at where we are here. So marksmanship is going to increase our damage by another 10%, but it doesn't unlock until we get to level 15. I want to start quick switch here. We're at level 11 right now, and we want to have level 13 available to us, because that's where this really changes the gameplay loop. You can see me when I'm playing. I'm actually playing as if I have it, which is a problem. So my muscle memory from my personal playthrough is kind of leading me down that way, and it kind of hurts me. Because at level 13, guns in your inactive loadout reload automatically after 3 seconds. And what that does is it allows me to shoot with the arquebus, immediately change weapons to the pistols, shoot once with the pistols, reload them, shoot a second time with the pistols, and then immediately switch back to the arquebus, and it will be automatically reloaded. Since it took me more than 3 seconds to get those 2 pistol shots off, then I can shoot with the arquebus. I can reload it, shoot with the arquebus again, immediately put it away, and the pistols are both reloaded. So it allows me to get an extra pistol shot and an extra arquebus shot without reloading. It basically cuts my reload times down by a third, but giving my DPS a 33% boost as well. So quick switch is massive. I can't unlock that until level 13, but I am going to unlock the equip speed. That's going to make it faster for me to change weapons at the very least. For my next one, I'm going to upgrade Tanglefoot just to add in some damage over time to it. Then I'll come back and I'll upgrade Quick Switch at level 13. Then at 14, I'll go back and get the increased duration on Tanglefoot. And then at level 15, by that point, I'll upgrade Marksmanship. Okay. After that, there are a few other things that we're going to want to look at. And toughness, so I'll increase my maximum health. And I think that's it. Yeah. And by then we'll be ready to start moving into the sniper perk and the critical strike perk, which are what's going to carry us through level 20. Once we get up there, then we'll probably respec and take some points out of Survivalist or out of Tanglefoot to make sure that we increase our critical hit chance and our ranged weapon damage, because this stacks on top of this. So we really turn things up a notch when we get to that point. The power attacks down here for staggering shot is where all of this gets moved into later on. Power attacks with bows and guns deal plus 90% stun. You'll almost be able to drop an enemy into stun with just 2 shots. Even boss monsters, and that's just massive. Whoops, I need to... Oh no, that's it. I don't get an ability point at this one. Okay, so now what did we get here? We got one last trick. Okay. One last trick is why we fast-tracked this quest. Compared to our exceptional arquebus, you can see that the stats are the exact same. Okay, so there's no difference in the stats. However, One Last Trick has a perk, and that's Ricochet. Bullets bounce to hit an additional enemy within range, and it's got a plus 20% reload speed. This is massive. That 20% reload speed is huge. And the Ricochet perk is okay. What I mean by that is that the bullet does not do full damage when it ricochets. When you're fighting against a group of enemies, it will do additional damage, which is always good. But that damage is, I think, and I haven't looked at it to see if anyone's run testing data on it, but it looks like it's something like 20% or so of your base damage onto something else. So if I'm doing 200 damage here, I might be doing another 40 to somebody else that's near it. Now we're going to upgrade One Last Trick as well. So we're going to replace our exceptional arquebus with One Last Trick. Okay. And now we can break down One Last Trick into some petrified wood branches. And we're going to go in and look at what we need for the upgrades here, as well as the enchantment. So let's head back to Maxim's claim party camp. Because now that we've finished Steel Resolve, we're going to be exploring down here in Maxim's claim for a while, so it's good that we're moving back down here anyway. Okay, nobody wants to talk to us. Let's go see if we can... Oh, Kai wants to talk.
I still can't believe it. Dorso was betraying her brothers-in-arms, all in the name of saving Emerald Stair. At least she got what was coming to her. Well, yeah. But there are some lines you don't cross. Turning on your own people is one of them. You'd think that'd be an easy position to hold. But I've seen better soldiers than Dorso cross lines you can't come back from. I saw this in Rauatai's campaign in the Deadfire. You start out with purpose. You're fighting alongside your brothers and sisters, battling pirates and slavers, bringing civilization to a lawless, divided land. But then, you're breaking up villages, turning tribes against their rivals. It gets messy, fast. Empires are hungry, Envoy, and they devour their own too. Don't let your allegiances turn you into something you can't live with. if you get up in the night.
Okay, so
Don't wander too
we
far.
went the way Kai wanted us to.
Envoy?
Okay, so nothing new on
Thanks for
Marius. So
talking.
let's go look at our upgrade options. So how short are we? We need 6 petrified wood branches and 4 Admith's wort. But we're still interested in upgrading the Disappointer to exceptional tier. We want to get that that stun edition here. So what do we need? 3 hardwood branches? Can we make 3 hardwood? We can. So that will get the Disappointer to level 3. And now here we need Awakened Adra, and we've already got it. Okay, so now we've got that 140 stun, the same as Karok's Pride. So these are really going to be stacking up the stun. So one last trick would be 6 petrified wood branches. We don't have any, and we just used up a bunch of our hardwood, so we're not going to be able to find any of those or create enough of those. Yeah, we can't create any. We can only create 1 more hardwood branch. So we can break down the exceptional arquebus here and get some more. I'm not entirely sure we need to do it though, because we're still not going to find enough petrified wood branches. Where are we in Admith's wort? So I can create 2 of these, and we would need 4. I don't think it's really worth it for me to break the exceptional arquebus down. I can sell this for a lot, and then I can just continue on with upgrading these once I get into Shatterscarp, where you find petrified wood branches and Admith's wort in chests and on the ground and that sort of stuff. I've gotten them up here to the exceptional tier, which means all the stuff I'm going to find here is going to be exceptional. So that was the goal of this. So let's look instead at enchants, because one last trick. We have a choice of either trick shot. Bullets bounce to hit 2 additional enemies within range, or incendiary charge. Bullets deal low fire accumulation and bounce to an additional enemy within range. So, like I said, the bouncing thing is nice, but it doesn't do full damage. Either one of these are good options for me to have. It's really 6 of one, half dozen the other as far as I'm concerned. Most people choose trick shot, and that's the way I went in my personal playthrough. I do like the concept of incendiary charge, but I don't know. So instead of bouncing to 1 enemy, it bounces to 2, or it bounces to 1 enemy and deals fire accumulation. Because this would be stacking with my critical hits deal fire damage as well. I think I am going to go with incendiary charge in this playthrough, as opposed to trick shot. Like I say, the bouncing is nice. If it was full damage, I would absolutely go with trick shot. But I think I'm going to go with incendiary charge this time. Okay. And we get rid of that huge flintlock that we had on the exceptional arquebus, and we get a much smaller flintlock, which doesn't take up nearly as much of the screen, which is always nice too. So let's see. We need to drop the totem base here.
I don't know what this thing is, but it's giving off power like you wouldn't believe.
And we can place
Another
the 2
fragment
totem
in.
fragments. Now you can see
It's just
what
getting warmed
we
up.
get out of this. So the details here, we can get +2 Constitution, +2 Dexterity, and increases your damage against skull enemies, the enemies that are well higher above us in tier. This actually doesn't matter as much right now because we're upgrading really quickly when we get into new areas. Like I say, we're well ahead of the damage curve and protection curve with having exceptional gear already. Not fine gear. So this isn't going to matter as much. +2 Constitution and +2 Dexterity is nice. That replaces the +2 Intellect and +2 Resolve out of this. Critical hits deal fire accumulation, high fire accumulation, which is going to pair with one last trick that I just upgraded. So for now, this is better, but once we fully upgrade the Skaen totem, you'll kind of see what it's about, and we'll probably end up changing over to it. So let's look at our cauldron here. We need to see if we can craft more black broths. We're going to craft as many of these as we can. Okay, so we got 4 more in there. And then the Charming Libation. That should be enough. And that should be enough of those. And we're going to exit down here because we're going to start doing some exploration here in the Emerald Stair. Okay, so looking around here, we'll kind of go up here and just straight north and just unlock these areas and make sure we don't have any crafting ingredients laying around. There's normally not a lot.
You told us that Animancy would save our crops, and now look, spoiled on the vine. Zarids won't even touch them.
Around here, so and let's get Marius's ability act back to number 4. Let's do that again. I didn't hear what he said. I don't see anything highlighted.
There's something here.
Okay, good thing we did. Oh, okay. That's over here. Do I still have the enchanted Solanet on? They do. Good. Okay, so let's head down towards the docks. Okay, and we can, and now I'm gonna run into a problem because I can't remember. My notes are not detailed enough, and while I'm here I need to change to oh, I haven't found it yet. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, my notes aren't detailed enough for me to remember where this is. I remember where one of them is. there's a dead body in here somewhere, and then there's a lockbox, which is here under these docks, I believe. But I can't remember where the dead body is. I think the lockbox is over to my left. I think it's under those. Yep. And now I'm just gonna go hunting. There's the dead body. And he was obviously murdered. Has stones tied around his feet. And I think that's all that's out here. There might be something above the water in here. Yeah, there's not. That's all I have in my notes for stuff to be found out here in the water. So don't waste your time going around and searching everything, because there's nothing out there. Very similar to how there was at in Paradise. So we'll just make our way back along the docks here. Okay, so we are almost done looking here. We're encumbered, but the Traitor's not that far away.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed?
Now, we're going to be dealing with Yvette here as part of a quest here in a little bit, so I'm not going to talk to her yet.
I hate speculation. I want answers.
Okay, so now let's head up to the farmers. Oh, I can't fast travel while I'm encumbered. Well, this trader's right here, past the tower. We'll just walk up here. Not real quick. Somebody's clipped through. Good luck getting out of there. Yeah, but this trader's right over there. I will say this is one of the most penalizing encumbered speeds that I've encountered in video games, except for Kingdom Come Deliverance. That is gruesome. So I'm not going to complain about this. Hey, Mean Deed, welcome. Is this game better than Starfield? It's very similar from a playstyle perspective as Starfield. It's the same type of interactions, the very similar graphics. There is more nuance to upgrades and enchants here and that sort of stuff, as opposed to just straight stats in Starfield. It's obviously a different genre, so if you like sci-fi versus fantasy. But overall, if I had to compare the two from just gameplay mechanics and quest mechanics and that sort of stuff, I would say that they're 70% similar to each other. That's not to say that they're copies of each other, it just means that the mechanics are very, very similar to each other. But it's also very similar to Skyrim in the same type of mechanics. So it's a very common set of threads amongst a lot of RPGs like this, and this one follows along in a lot of the same vein.
Ah, care to see my wares?
Okay, now here I can sell off some things. You can see that the exceptional tier stuff I can sell for quite a bit. The petrified wood branches, I don't use the iron, steel, or white steel chunks. They're for upgrading your melee weapons, and I'm not going to be using melee weapons at all in this. So I really don't care about breaking down the exceptional dagger. I'm going to sell it off. The exceptional arquebus would get us 2 petrified wood branches, like I talked about earlier, but I need 4, 8, or 6 to upgrade any of these, and I just don't think it's worth it, honestly, to be able to upgrade these to a tier that's just a marginal increase. So I'm just going to sell this one off. As far as all of these, it's the same thing. I don't need any of these upgrade materials, and I really don't need any of the common upgrade materials. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay, how many lockpicks do I have? 49? Probably enough. I'll just pick up 1 to get me to an even 50. I could buy hardwood branches here. I mean, these are cheap. I guess I'll buy these to start using as my upgrade materials. I'm not really gonna be too focused on upgrading those 3, though, like I've talked about. The grimoires, I'm not gonna need these. I keep the common grimoire of elements. I guess I can break down the fine grimoire for a hardwood branch. But yeah, I'm not really interested in upgrading these a lot. I keep this just because it gets me access to... I have lightning damage from Karok's Pride. This gives me fire damage and cold damage in case I need it to activate something. So that's what it gets me, just in case I need it. It's low weight for me to be able to carry around an elemental damage of each type. That's the only reason I keep it. So I believe I've already climbed the tower here. I have. So... So let's start looking at the buildings here. So we'll look around and see if we have anything on the rooftops or anything like that. Doesn't look like we do here. I believe we've already been up here. We have. Okay, so I know that over in the farmer's market, up here, that's to the north. I know up in the farmer's market we have a roof that we want to get to. Can't remember which one it is. There it is. Okay. And then we're going to make our way out here. We do need to go here and do this. We'll probably pick up this quest while we're here and do it. But I know there's a burned out house over here to the west that we want to go look at. I think it's that one over there. Okay, so it's not this one.
Can anyone hear me?
I hear you, Philippe. Let's work on the bruiser here.
Next one's mine.
Okay.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Get my essence back. We've got some more enemies behind us. Okay, we got a journal here. He was doing some experiments here. Blew his house up. Okay, it might be in one of these other houses over here too, but let's keep looking at these. Yeah, that's the enemies over there. Nope, it's here. Oh no, this is not it. There's a lockbox that I'm looking for, I believe. It's in a burned out house. I just gotta remember where it is. More lockpicks. Like I say, always keep a bunch of lockpicks on you. Just do it. It doesn't take up carry weight. And you never know when you're going to need them. Okay, some awakened wood, which is a great upgrade material. That's the place we were just looking at. Go see if we can find this lockbox that I'm...
Nice!
Come on. Oof. He got destroyed. I didn't do that either. He got critted by Kai.
That it?
And got destroyed. There's the lockbox. Kind of hidden down here underneath the burned out house. Okay, and I believe that's all the buildings here. So let's go deal with the distressed Animancer here. And we'll go all the way back to the main entrance over here to this kind of depression that he's in. Kind of start working our way in from here. Now the enemies are below us. I love the Blackwing
Who's
armor and
there?
how fast I can move.
Is anybody there? I'm in trouble!
Okay, be careful of the soap rocks.
You take
So, this is a way to get in here. You can jump down into the water and make your way over to here.
Keep going. I'm down here.
Okay, there's another way. He's actually right down here below us. You can see the enemies here, but this is where you'll come out if you fall down into the water there. Okay, there's a greater rock blight. I hate fighting them. Right there. Small rock blights. And I think there's a mushroom enemy right there. Yep, there is. Okay,
What's
so let's
taking so
go
long? I'm this way.
fall down here. And we're gonna come back up real quick. Okay, so nothing. Oh yeah, the dead body's right there. It's like, I know there's something here.
One for you!
I love dual wielding pistols. When I can one-shot these sporlings, it's so nice. Just being able to take out ads really quickly. Okay. So let's deal with these. Now, they're going to want to come up this way to get to us. So keep that in mind. And there's a serious soap rock here. This thing is just... it's so stupid. If you try and jump on it, you're going to fall down it. You will mantle onto it and then slide down there. And then you'll be in a world of hurt. So I would prefer to be on this here during this fight, or better yet, over there, but I don't want to take the chance with this thing. I just don't. So I'm going to... Where's the Greater Rock Blight? See if I can get a shot on him. And you want to aim for that green thing in the middle. And here they come. And the Rock Blight's just ticking damage down there. Okay, so let's jump directly onto this. Because like I say, don't jump on those things. They just untrustworthy. Jeez, that was that
Right
one.
behind you.
And there's a dead body up here to search. We'll be going that way, but you can get up there from down there, so.
Oh, finally a rescuer. I was beginning to lose my voice. I'm not dead yet. Just too tired to climb up. Oh, 1 minute. I'm engrossed in my research. The next thing I know, whoo, my workshop is in this damn pit. Not until lately. Now they're everywhere. The ruins were probably stable until those roots showed up. Quilici warned Vidaro that the roots would swallow the soil. As usual, nobody listened to him. So, here we are. We've never had plants like these. I'm no botanist, but even I can tell that something's not right. Ah, nonsense! I can't go yet. My notes are down here somewhere. They contain priceless data on the wildlife around Fior. Ah, stop treating me like a bag of bones and listen for a minute. As soon as I dug them out, a gang of sporlings ran off with them. I can heave myself topside in time, but I'm in no shape to fight. Help with one hand and disparage with the other, huh? Fine, I'll take it. They ran into the ruins. Now hurry, I can't have a sporling eating my life's work. For all I know, they could be halfway to Nakutadek by now.
Okay, so we're going to track the Sinkhole Stroll, and we need to now get his research. Oh, hit Reg again.
We make a good squad.
Okay, got a chest here in this corner. And here are his notes. Also a key here. Need to get
Ready,
Kai to
Bane.
open this up. And a rusty key. We'll need that here in a minute.
You're alive? I mean, you're back. Ah, did you find my notes? Ah, yes. The cover's a little worse for wear, but the notes are intact. My findings on squirrel essence are going to change everything. Everything! I always found squirrel meat gamey myself, but their brains... As everyone knows, squirrel brains grow and shrink in accordance with the nut season. So I thought, what if a squirrel's soul shrinks too? Huh? I propose that the size of our soul corresponds to our brain mass. If it weren't for this sinkhole, I would have already submitted it. I can't imagine any of my specimens are still intact, and I'll have to find somewhere to sleep. But I've got my notes. I can try again. Take this. Buy yourself something nice. It's the least I can do.
I thought we only got people like him in parodies.
Okay, so let's make our way up here. You can also knock this down to burn the cobweb away if you don't have Kai with you. This is what the rusty key unlocks. There's a chest here. And then don't forget your reward here, the sun and moon. So the sun and moon's a unique shield. You slowly regenerate up to 30% of your maximum health during the day. And at night, you regenerate up to 30% of your maximum essence. Okay. It's an interesting shield. If you don't have anything else, you know, it's got a really nice parry efficiency at this tier. Not something that I'm going to use either. Same thing with Oddkar's Grimoire. But those are your quest rewards for helping him out. Okay, and now coming out here, you can see where we come out. We're going to come up here. We already saw this location as the way to exit up here above where we went in. Okay. So we are going to go look at... I think there was one more thing to look at in here. I could be wrong. But that also lets him out. Yep. There's the lockbox here. And I think that is now it. Yep. Okay, so now we're going to keep exploring around Maxim's claim here and back toward the city. And we're going to come out of here. Head south. We haven't been through here before. Okay, and there's that group of enemies right above us. I know what this is. Oh, we haven't been into these buildings yet. So this takes you right back down to where he was. That's where we came in. and where the fall down point is right there. This is just above it. This is where his house used to be. You see the sinkhole swallowed it up. Okay, let's go deal with these enemies here. These I think I can get the high ground on, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I can. We'll deal with the nudge cap first.
Nice.
Here's the dilemma again. We want to... Okay, thanks, Marius. Appreciate ya. It's like a truck. This thing does. Okay, so it looks like we've got a summoner. Oh, no, you don't. Nice try getting ready to jump at me. And we've got a unique chest over here. And this has Adra in it. Now I believe that that's 3 Adra. So now I can craft it into another awakened Adra. More lockpicks, always nice. Okay, now there is another way down here, and I'm going to go explore the coast here in a little bit, but I want to head back up to the north first. Kind of work my way around up here first. Because we do have all of this on the other side of the river that we're going to go look at as well. And here you have the woodman's labor. So a random unique axe sitting out in the middle of nowhere. The woodman's labor is a one-handed melee weapon. You can dual wield this. So a full combo attack creates an area of effect that damages nearby enemies. The damage is actually pretty low. It's 10% of this. But if you're based around a melee build, you can execute combo attacks, full combo attacks pretty quickly. And the plus 15% attack damage versus beasts and primordials is situationally useful, but again, not something that I'm going to be focused on at all. Okay, and this is where we were just a little bit ago, before we went up that way. Now there is this. I must have already gotten this. Okay, so now we're going to head down and explore both sides of the river here. We've already explored a little bit. This was the Zarup camp. Here. And you can see we're getting some enemies showing up on the map. Those enemies we're going to encounter here in a little bit. Okay, so let's make our way down. We can make our way down. I believe, and there's nothing on either of these sides. This is a way up out of the water. So if you are exploring the water out here, which, like I say, you certainly can if you want, there's just not anything else out there. This is another way to get back up. You're meant to come up this way. I don't think there's... I'm gonna go look. Now that I said that, now I'm gonna... You always check behind every waterfall. I don't think there's anything behind this one. I would have had it in my notes if there was. Yeah, there's not. And you can't squeeze. There's no way to squeeze through that gap or anything. Guess I'm pretty sure I would have had that in my notes if there was something there. Okay, so let's move over to the other side of the river here. And that pretty much explores this. We're going to make our way down here, but not until we go this way just a little bit. That's because we do have some more Zarups here. And they're gonna be bunched up a little bit, so we'll see one last trick proc here. Because there are 3 enemies really close to each other. So you can see how much damage it did to the sport, the nudge cap there. It's not a whole lot of additional damage on the ricochet part. Oh, hey now. That's gonna hurt. Okay, so that hurt.
Good fighting.
Wasn't paying enough attention to my health there, if I'm being honest about it. This one looks like it's clipped through the ground. And I think that's it. So now we've pretty much explored everything on the west side here. We're going to be heading up into Nakutadek as part of the main quest line. So let's go ahead and work our way down the coast, back down toward the coastal farms. There's a memorial stone here. Now we get to this area here. So you can see that we've got a few of the eyes here. And I don't remember if there's anything down here in the water or not. Doesn't look like there is. But the ultimate goal is there are two side platforms. There's one platform there and there's one platform there. And you can't shoot while you're swimming. Okay? So then there's nowhere to jump up back here. Whoop, I guess that was wrong. What is there? What is here? Oh, that's nice. I didn't know this was here. So now I can actually shoot this one. That makes this a lot easier to traverse. I don't think they actually meant to do that. Okay, you can see there's some smugglers, and there's Vesric's Grimoire here. So Vesric's gives you Prismatic Staff, which is actually really nice, because negative energy, not many things are resistant to it. Arcane Veil's always nice, but Ring of Fire is where it's really at. That's an incredibly powerful spell later on once you've unlocked Grimoire Mastery. Ring of Fire is a really, really good spell. But that's interesting, because now I'm able to get up over there as well from this little thing. Okay, so I didn't need here. I thought there was a way. There's not, I guess. What you're intended to do here is to follow this chain. And I'm gonna knock this one down if I can. I don't know if I can see it. I can't. So we'll play this out the normal way. What you're supposed to do is follow this chain of eyes. one after another. Until you get here. Then you jump here. And then you're meant to continue on down with these and shoot them in order to get you to the other side over there. That little ledge out there in the middle lets you bypass all of this. The first part of this, basically. So, interesting. I like it. Like I say, I don't think they intended that. Because I know how it's supposed to play out. But yeah, that's where you end up getting down into that area. I don't know if I've ever explored. There's a lockbox. Like I say, I don't know as if I've ever explored. Oh, yes, I have. Yeah. And there's nothing out here. I really want to know what that is. The ruins look really cool. I'd love to go exploring over there, but no way to get over there. And there's nothing down below me. And you can't reach that one. I don't think you can reach that one either. I could be wrong though. The world border is kind of janky out there, and it's kind of all over the place. Hope that's deep enough. Nope. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so this, we are definitely going to get into a fight here. And this fight comes in waves. Your goal is to make it through all 3 waves to get the unique out of it. So we have to have a conversation with them, but I can buff up before we go into it. So we want a basted beast, we want an ivory spinner, we'll craft some more grog, and we want a black broth here.
For you, a trial. My champion.
Priest. It's that here. Now things are really starting to get sporty.
Something nearby.
Let's get the priest. Oh, great. Hit Ridge. Yep.
The prize is yours, and our business concluded. Farewell.
Okay, so he's told you that the prize is mine. We'll go over there and look at it here in a second. It's always best on this one to be off at the edge so that they spawn in front of you. If you don't know those waves are coming, like I didn't the first time I played it, it was obvious it was an ambush of some sort, but I didn't know how far out they spawned, and they spawn all over this place, so best to be toward the outskirts. And here you get the horse cutter. So the horse cutter gives a full combo attack, deals high stun, and this is a two-handed melee weapon. The hits deal plus 10% bonus bleed damage is also really nice, especially pairing that with a full combo where each hit is generating bleed damage. So for your two-handed builds, it's really nice. Again, not something that I'm going to be focused on, though. Okay, so we're pretty much done. We'll make our way back up. I think we need to look over here at this little island though on the beach. Okay, nope, nothing here. Here's a dead body. Okay, and that kind of brings us full circle around Maxim's claim. There's a few other things over here on the farmer's market that we're going to start looking at. And then the rolling crags is what you want to focus on after this. But we're going to go head into Fior and pick up the main quest line a little bit, because that's going to lead us into Nakutetek. Let's go to the vendor here real quick.
Ah, care to see my wares?
Okay, we'll pick up, I think it's 3 lockpicks we need, and then let's see what we can sell. Okay. So we're going to just clear out or look at a couple of houses over here. We're going to work our way around the east side of Fior, and then we're going to head into Fior just to pick up the main quest. We're going to explore all of Fior next week. Okay, it's these houses up here that we want to do some exploration with. And actually this one as well. Okay, food rationing is in effect. There's some grog, good. We're gonna craft some, so remind me that we need to craft some grog when we get into camp. It's easy to craft. And this house has been locked off, and I don't think there's a way. And we've talked to CLO, I believe.
There you are.
Yep.
Did you deal with those bandits?
I don't think there's a way into this house. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't believe there's anything out here to the east in this open area, but we'll go look. And we've already been through this little area here, the truffle farm, so let's make our way over to the right side. We'll pick up and open up this area here. Because I know we have some stuff over there to deal with. But we'll go to the one of the main gates here. Yeah, you can see the enemies on our mini-map over there. Okay, now for this we want to make our way in kind of the back way here, so to speak. We want to make our way over there. Okay, so we're kind of above everybody here, because there are wood crawler spiders here.
Another one down.
Watch yourselves. Is that all you got?
And they shoot poison.
Another win. But who's counting?
Okay, don't forget the chest up top. And somebody was here trying to do research on these. Obviously didn't end up going too well. Okay, I think that's it here. Probably not anything else out here. I cleared that house. Yeah, that's the truffle farm. And we're going to continue on, and there's a plateau up there that we can get to. I don't know if we can get to from here or not. This is going to be some weird parkour if we can. I don't think we can. Yeah, we can. Okay, so now we're kind of getting around to the north side. Once we get around to the gate over here, we'll turn around. I don't think there's anything up there either. I know what's over there. This is up here at the gate. And that one is... Actually, I'm not sure about that one. There's a Hylia's Talon around here, but I don't know about that. I think it's clipped into the ground or something here. I don't, because there's no way up there. Okay, and here's the other gate. So let's go clear out all of this over toward the Ranger headquarters, and then we'll head into the city. And are these the bears?
Quiet as the depths.
Because they're down here in this cave. See if we can line up a triple collat here. Yeah, I think this is what this is. Yep, that's the bears. So we're definitely going to take out the big one here first. I wish he would drop down. Oh well. Dual wielding firearms is just so nice. I haven't been here, but this body's empty. Interesting. Okay, so we're getting a little bit far north, so let's head back to the east. Do we got some Zorups here? I think I can kill this one.
Glad you're on my side.
Ooh, that hurt. don't know if I can make it to those. Not. I made it. So there's a priest. Let's one-shot the priest, then we'll turn to our left.
Arms up!
And get him. Take out those two, and now we should just have spiderlings left. Oh, yeah, forgot about them. Get the conjurer. Where'd he go? There he is. It is pretty cool they bust out of this little area here and come charging at you. I just forgot about it. That ragdoll. It does. It hits like a truck, man. And now we'll go looking at this. See, there's a unique chest in there. You start looking around the outside. Like, well, how do I get in there? And this is how you get in. And this is going to have the Emerald Splitter in it. Now the Emerald Splitter is, again, two-handed melee. However, this is the poison damage version of your two-handed weapons. The one we just looked at was the fire damage. This is poison damage. And damage against primordials is plus 20%. So if you're a two-handed build, you normally keep 3, I think, different two-handed weapons in your inventory depending upon which encounter you're going to go into. And this is definitely one of them. Pretty good weapon. And oh, that's how I get out. Get out over here. And that's going to finish off the Pargrin Way Station. So we'll work our way a little bit more east. I guess we can go deal with this. We're not going to go deal with that yet. Actually, you know, if I do this, it's probably going to trigger this. Oh well.
Like a shadow.
No, we might be okay. Yeah, can see right there. So yeah, they turned away. We'll go down and get this body. And we're going to leave that for next week.
Take him down. Oh, no, you don't.
That actually did a lot of ricochet damage. Ooh.
Nice shot.
Yeah, see, that did a lot more ricochet damage. Oh. Hit Reg. Yep.
Everyone okay?
I'm fine. I just wish the game was fine. Wish didn't keep getting the hit reg bug. That's going to get me killed one of these days. And when it does, I'm going to be super upset about it. I'm going to be extraordinarily salty. I'm salty enough about it as it is. You really don't want to see it if it kills me. Okay, and now you can see where we are, because that's the Ranger headquarters. Okay. So now let's kind of head south a little bit, and we can make our way back west toward the city. That's the waypoint. Just make sure there's nothing hidden out here.
One moment.
I don't think there's much, if anything, out here, but I do like opening up the map. Yeah, see a couple of crafting, or a couple of ingredients. And this is that Zarp camp that we've already cleaned out. These houses we've already looked at. Yeah, that's it. So let's go in and pick up the main quest line here at the city, inside Fior. Okay, so here's the piazza. And like I say, we're gonna systematically search Fior next week.
Welcome back. You are here to collect a bounty, huh? Whose death am I recording? From the depths of my soul, I thank you. May their poor souls find peace in their rest. Good. Outlaws living off the hard work of others deserve nothing less. Perfecto. Return when you have more to claim.
That's a good chunk of gold that we were able to pick up. Oh, and it gets us to level 12 too. Nice. Okay, so level 12. Like I said, I'm going to move. I can't move into rank 2 of Quick Switch yet, so I'm going to move a point back into Tangleroot. My companions also get an upgrade. So I'm going to ignite the target here. And for Kai, I'm going to increase the AoE. Binding Roots. I also get an upgrade here. Intellect and Resolve are still fine for now. I'll just upgrade Might. Let's go see if I need to sell anything.
Welcome.
Okay, so does she have anything that I want? She's got Hylia's Talons. These are pretty expensive though, so I don't think I'm gonna buy them. And I don't need Minnaletta's Conduit. It's really, really good if you're the spellcaster type with that plus 30% maximum wand range and shock damage. It's really, really good. It's just not something that I'm going to be doing. So we're going to move over here and go speak with the governor. And we're gonna, like I say, bypass everything else in here.
No, the Animancers were such shrewd business people too.
So we're not gonna get any more quests or anything like that. We want to move so that we can get into Nakudatet. And for that, we can go over there now if we want.
What's the meaning of this?
Look at these crops. Look at your city. The Dream Scourge is laying waste to our home.
There is no Dream Scourge in Emerald Stair.
The land begs to differ, and I can prove it.
We can discuss this in private.
We are discussing it now. How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike? In that case, you're right on time.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Seems more likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion. Very well. I hope you remember that behind these walls, your influence has limits.
I'm sure she didn't come all this way just to challenge your authority. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now, our farms.
There may still be time to reverse the damage.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust Animancy as his father did. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Chiata from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark. You must be unfamiliar with Animancy. There's always collateral damage. Are you going to tell her about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart. Really? Unexpected from an Adiran. But how could I refuse an offer like that? Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Chatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Whoa, you're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast. Perhaps, but I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messiverno. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west, by the workshop.
Another mouth to feed. Maybe we'll need to let Kai
Okay, so the Animancy method is the main quest line, and that's what we're going to track here.
Even if we want to stop them, we may not
I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late. Is that Gelarde? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this? Nay, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well. No. Unfortunately, I don't know how to work the metal into anything useful. Only enchanted. I did receive a shipment from Solace Keep recently, however. A mace, crafted out of star metal, brought to me by a trader from Galawain's Tusks. I suggest you make your way there if you're looking for someone to work that beautiful metal into a proper weapon.
Galawain's Tusks? Come on, it can't be that complicated. I bet you 5 skates a Smith and Thirdborn would know what to do with this stuff. And I'll take your money eventually.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Amica? Nay, not really. But not all of us in Fior are animancers, you know. Besides humble craftsmen such as myself, we have the rangers to outfit. Under normal circumstances, I'd not sell to a traveler like yourself. But as I'm sure you've seen, these are not normal circumstances. Care to see what I have? Officially no, but I have been known to dabble with essence infusion here and there. I have one such item for sale, actually. A beautiful mace made of star metal, crafted by the finest smiths of Solace Keep and enchanted by yours truly. It is a wonder to behold. Care to see?
Okay, and the mace he's talking about is lodestone. Okay, and this is one of the things about star metal is that it deals stun damage. So the stun that this thing does is quite a bit. The plus 20% stun, and then power attacks deal low stun to nearby enemies. So this is another good one-handed melee unique to have. The rest of the stuff in here, the 2 awakened Adra here would be quite useful if I had anything else I needed to upgrade. I just don't. At this point, I have one. I can craft another one here, so I'm going to buy one just so I can craft this up to Awakened, add it to this one and have 3 so I can craft it up to Corrupted, is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to pick up one of these so I can craft another one, and then this would get me up to 2. And then I'd only have to find one more, and I'm going to find one more. Actually, I will take this one as well, and I'll take these 3 also. That's going to get me 2 Corrupted Adra, and then that's going to get me ahead of the curve on upgrading Karak's Pride and One Last Trick to the next tier, the Superb tier, later on. Got 52 lockpicks, that should be more than enough. So yeah, nothing else that I need here.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, Amica.
I'll go pick up these 2 things while I'm here just because they're on the way. But again, that's all the exploring I'm going to do.
That did not go as I had planned.
What did you think?
She has, for some reason, a boatload of food laying out.
Maybe break a
So
window
you can take all of it.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
They act like they've never seen a park groom before.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giata, some manners, if you please.
Why start now?
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego. I can think of one. He's an entitled little worm who can't stand to be proven wrong.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fior Misiverno, I'm hardly even an Animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
I wish I could take credit for Giata's stubbornness, but she learned that on her own.
Thanks, old man. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want, on my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long. I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see an Adiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of Animancers.
We will set aside our differences for the greater good, won't we, Giata?
Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days. Wouldn't that be a coincidence? I only bring it up because Animancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by... I don't even know. I just realized this is the end. I have to leave Fior Misiverno. Forever.
Some people don't find out who they really are until they leave home.
You'll be all right. My advice, find a good tavern and learn how to prepare a squirrel over an open flame.
Maybe if I focus on what I have gained, I can learn to accept everything I've lost. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the Animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast. I hope so, because we're running out of options. Manto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fior. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much of a
Okay,
hunter.
and we already have
Get
seen
extra rations next time we go shopping.
a couple of these
Imperial
people.
envoy,
So the first
research
one that we're going to go
assistant.
look at
Who knew?
is right here. And we will explore while we're in here. Don't believe that there's much. Journal entries. And these doors off to the side you can't get in. So we'll talk to him here in a second. We'll go pick up the rest of the journal entries.
I have to do something. I can't let anyone else discover this. Ah, Envoy. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now. Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results. And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck? No. To harness these forces for so small a price is too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Ethelmir's treatise on Wotica. Perhaps she's right. Maybe Animancy should be reined in. How can I? All right. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure.
Hey, there is a chest back here.
The Adra is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned about.
This again.
And I
You're
think
beginning
that's
to sound
it.
like Giata.
Have you ever stopped and
Oh,
listened?
one more.
She might be onto something.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop. Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked. Ha! A novel idea, that. What I need is a stronger power source. We can't make something out of nothing. We're still limited by our resources. I could use a large single block of Adra, but harvesting it is difficult in this environment. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragan recently died in a western grove. As you've seen, Envoy, there are many unusual things happening lately. An Adragan's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgan in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragan had died. Still, Delamgan queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards. Do be careful. Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
Okay, and this is going to be the last thing that we're going to do today. So let's look at the Emerald Stair here. And the quest marker is leading us all the way out here. Okay. And trying to see what the nearest... We'll go to the plateau here. Because this is a little tricky. It took me a bit to figure out. You have to really pay attention to what he said there. And not to kill any of the guards. And I popped in right next to this. What? The Tempest must have hit me. Yeah, the Tempest hit us all. That's why we're all suffering from lightning damage over time. Didn't expect to drop in that close to him. Okay, so we want to head south. Okay, and this is going to get us down a little bit here into the Sinkhole. We're not going to do a whole lot of exploring into this. We're just going to make our way across over to there. So we are going to have to do
The trail goes through the
fight
ravine and
here,
into the
though.
plain. Careful where you step.
Next one's mine.
Missed. Okay, Marius is down there. So we're still in combat, evidently.
I can't.
Oh, it missed. Interesting.
I was just getting warmed up.
Okay, so the rest of the godless ruins behind us, like I say, we're not going to explore. Want to open up that fast travel point. The sarcophagus here. An exceptional greatsword that we don't need and don't want to break down because we don't need those crafting materials, so we'll sell it. And lockpicks. Okay, there's nothing else out here except some soap rocks from what I remember, right? So I'm not gonna move over that way. That's the bridge that we're gonna go over. I don't think there's anything else out this way. Either. Yeah, there's not. Okay, so you can see that they're hostile outsiders, but the queen is willing to negotiate.
Are those roots tearing the bridge apart or holding it together?
Probably both. Okay, now the Delemgan Glade here, there are a couple of different ways to get into it, depending upon what you want to do. And these are sporelings, so we don't have to worry about
Unseen,
killing them.
unheard.
We can get rid of them.
Remind me not to spook you.
Okay, that's bad. That's bad. Run away. Okay, that was the Queen's Fury. Okay, that's one of her bodyguards. I didn't expect her to be all the way out here. Normally, she's not. Normally, they're much farther inside. So, that was a bit weird. Hopefully, she's gone back inside. Okay, so there she is. You don't want to kill any of her bodyguards. Okay? The problem is that I wanted to go that way. And she's right there. That's a problem. Okay. Maybe we won't be able to do this today, because I might have to find a different way to do this. Okay, what you need to do is sneak your way in here. Normally she's not there. I don't know what she's doing there. I don't know. Because that way, there's a way over there where you can parkour up and it offers you a really, well, not an easy way, but a much easier way to get through this. Because here's the Queen's shield on this side. There she is. So there is a way over to the right, I think, that can bypass this. But I'm gonna have to work this out. I'm gonna have to work out how this is going to play now, because in my personal playthrough, Queen's Fury was not there. She was much farther inside. So I was able to traverse around the left side of this. But now that she's here, I'm gonna have to work it out. So I think what we're gonna do is overwrite that save. And I think we're going to call it into the live stream, and then off stream I will work out what the best way is to get in there. We might have to just hoof it and run past everything while it's angry and see if we can take our chances that way. But I'll work it out during this week, and then when we come back next week, hopefully we have a plan in place and we can see how well it's going to work. So, as always, thank you all for being here. You got 2 episodes of Avowed here, one Wednesday and one Sunday. From now on, we'll be continuing here in this same time slot on Sundays, just as a reminder. So, thank you all for being here. As always, everyone here in the chat, thank you very much for your comments. I really like interacting with my community because, as I always said, without my community and your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Draval saying until next time, fare thee well.